I did realize that I missed Tag Tuesday, so I'm going to double up today, and I'm going to do Tag Tuesday, Geli Print Thursdays by Geli Printing on a tag. Hopefully that sounds interesting to you. Let me get this set up so that I can see your comments. Okay, so I'm going to start. Let me switch cameras. Uh-oh. Please do not be... There we go. All right. I'm going to switch cameras, and so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use my switch because I have a switch. And I am going to cut a... Let's see. I'd rather use my printing paper, which is the 67-pound Bristol paper that I like to use. This is my Graphic 45 tag die, and I am using my larger Geli Plate today because the tag die is a little on the longer side. So it's a little bit bigger than some of the other tag dies. I can't tell. Oh, did I not switch? Switch. Hope I didn't make any weird faces. Yes, technology. Alright, so just pull that out. And there you go. You can see my tag is cut. I'll put this aside just in case I want to cut more later. I will want to cut more. I know that. Actually, I'll just go ahead and cut one more right now out of this side. Ooh, did I leave myself enough room? Barely. Okay. So this is the size die that tag that I get, and it's the size tag I've been using for the last few weeks. I'm not very good about keeping all the pieces of plastic that come with your gel plate that allow you to not do that. Okay, so I will keep this nearby so that if I want to cut more later, I can. Okay. So this is the 8 by 10 Geli Plate. And I wanted to show you guys, so apologies for this not being open. You're going to have to watch me open it. Hey Candace, happy Thursday to you too. This is a kit that I sell here. It's very affordable, though I can't tell you how much it is just off the top of my head because it doesn't have a price tag on it. Note to self. But it's, you know, it's not more than 10 bucks. And you get 6 colors. And I just wanted to show you, you know, that this is not necessarily expensive or hard to get into. That you could buy an off-the-shelf kit like this and have colors that work for this. Oh, are they? Yep, they did it. They triple plasticed it. And with the kind of plastic you can't just pull off. This is the whole thing about lives, is you get to see that the struggle is real and that I'm just frustrated as you when it comes to trying to get the lids off of these things. Okay, so at least that's the only plastic they have on it, not the lids as well. I'm just trying to get to the point where I have a couple of colors I can start with. You know, I like almost every kind of paint that I've used here. I can't think of one that I haven't liked to use on a gel plate. Geli printing is a very forgiving medium. So, there. All right, we'll just start with these two. And it's worth shaking them up ahead of time. Give them a good shake. And, oh, come on, I see what's happening. So my down camera maybe is running out of battery. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how far we get with it. That's why it's switching around. So today I'm going to do something a little hodgepodgey. Where I'm just going to add colors on like this. Looks like that we did a little more shaking. And it looks like the Geli Plate maybe had some oil on it. So maybe what I'll do is just do a quick pull and see if I can't clean that oil off. So that oil may very well be from doing some alcohol printing. I don't isolate my jelly pads, so they're mixed up together. I just grab whatever's on top or whatever fits my needs size-wise, and so sometimes I grab one that has been used for alcohol ink, and it just takes a little while for it to recondition to the point where that alcohol ink doesn't interfere with the acrylics. So let's see if I got it. Nothing like a good skewer lying around to help you out. Give it a good shake. So I don't know if you can see it from where you are, but there's a little bit of separation happening when I lay down the colors. And that's what makes me think that there's some alcohol on the plate. So, very intentionally made this a little colorful. I'm going to pull one of the tags. Actually, I'm going to pull them both. One there. And one there. And another piece of paper on top. Oh, boy. I might have to change cameras. I will show you what this looks like now that I know you're watching me and not the Geli Plate. Yeah, it looks like my camera just died. Okay, so this is my first pull right there. And here's my second one. So both of these have white spots. I'm not exactly sure why that ended up so clean, but I'm gonna keep going with that and printing some more on there. It looks like I didn't really get any of the blue, so let's see if this will let me. Let's see if that works. So come along, and you'll notice that some of the Geli printing artists out there just do it like this. They just pick up random spots of color on their Geli plates. So I'm trying to cover that up. Just plunking that down like that. I got a nice little band there. My purpose right now is just to get some, get full coverage, because I just want to cover it enough so that it's just never ending today. Never ending. And you may have seen the people who just go and they do this for their Geli printing pickups. Just touch and pull, and then you get something that feels a little more like this, which is kind of fun. Okay, good. I'm going to pull this color off on that original print that I did. Now, let me see if I can get something that I want to try. I have these cardboard letters. So let me see what happens if I don't know if this is going to be thin enough to pick it up, but let's try. I'm just going to create a whole Geli plate of color. And I'm going to put this down, I'm going to throw one of these down on top of it, acknowledging that I'm not going to get the whole thing, and I'm just going to really try and get an impression through and around that A. All right, that's not bad. Hopefully you can see what I've got going on there. Now I have the beginnings of a cool A on that. I wonder. So I'm just going to play around now with getting some more texture and visual interest. With my own rule there, if you go back and forth, you don't get a good impression of your stencil. You just don't. It's the nature of things. You do not get a good impression of your stencil. So I'm trying to clean off my brayer in between colors so that I get a nice rendition of the color I'm trying to print. Okay, now I'm just having fun. So I thought this kit has a dark brown and a light cream color. Let's see what happens if we add the cream. What I'd like to do is try and pick up some of this grungy stuff that's going on. I've got some ghost printing that I can pull off of the plate, and so I'm going to use this color to pick that up because it'll show it off nicely, I think. This is a sort of taupey cream color. That's what they call it. Bleached sand. That's what color it is in here. Let's see what happens if I put it all over the plate. So I've got a lot of paint on here, so I am going to really rub this down. I'm really going to take some time and try to get a lot of adherence. There, that's cool. That is a ghost print. Something is caught on my Geli plate, adding a little line there, but it pretty well cleaned the plate off. So that's multiple leftovers on this print. You can see the A, you can see the stenciling I just did. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to these tags. You know what I wish I had done? I wish that I had pulled a mask. What's a mask then, Harriet? Good question. A mask is more like this. So we think of a stencil. A stencil's the patterns made by the open spaces. A mask, the pattern is made by the closed spaces. Just trying to figure out which one is which. Okay, oh my goodness, having a day. All right, so this one I'm going to use this white again because we're taupe color, cream. Okay, and what I'm going to do, if you can see, I pulled that away and now I have some open spaces. So I'm going to just pick that up with my tag and see what it looks like. Ah, yes, that's cool. So now what you're doing is through those open spaces, you're seeing the color that was already on the tag. And I like that a lot. It's going to be a cool background. I think I might do the same thing on this other one, but this time I might use maybe the green or the red. Let's go vibrant. Let's do the red. You can see I kind of, oh, there, it's changed again. Sorry. I gotta catch that when it happens. I hope you saw this then. This is the result I just got. And now I'm doing the same thing here. Cannot tell what's happening on the camera. Cool. Yes. Love it. Love it. Look at that. Look at my 2 tags. Do I want to do anything else? I love what this did. If you see all the colors underneath, and you can kind of see how they're interacting with the red, but just super cool. And yeah, both of those turned out really awesome. So now they're good backgrounds for anything I want it to say. I might put up something that says, you know, own your day, or I've got some stuff. I'm really into Tim Holtz's word tapes, and I have them on order. I'm hoping they're in the box in the back, but that would be an easy way to put something on here. You could print your favorite. There are let me change. There are fonts that mimic old label makers. It's one of my favorite things to do. And you can print out maybe your favorite poem or your favorite quote and throw it down, cut it out and throw it down on one of these. I have a bunch of sayings now from Spellbinders that come with both the dies and the glimmer plate. So if you have a hot foil machine, you can hot foil a bunch of sentiments and cut them out into little strips and build something on this. All sorts of things to you know, places to go with adding something to tags like this. But I hope you enjoyed the process, the building process, and that you're inspired to do a little jelly printing yourself. This was literally all from the colors from that set, the Deco Art set. And you can see they coordinate with each other, and there's some nice contrasts in there, and they work really well. So yeah, hopefully you do some jelly printing and maybe make a tag since I managed to do both today, fortunately. All right, well, I will be here. Don't forget we have our sidewalk sale on Saturday. We're going to be putting out a couple tables on the sidewalk and selling stuff from the store at deep discounts. I'm trying to make some room because we're about to expand. So if you want to know more, come on in and ask, and I will give you the lowdown. All right, thanks for joining me today, everyone. Bye.